Alright, all praises and glory goes to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai by Hashem Yakwadash, double in honors to the elders at GMS who's pushing this truth with all truth and sincerity. Shalom. And then this is going to be a quick and edifying lesson. And I was watching the brothers of GMS, Houston, Texas, and they went to a DOD, I think, executive law, that Trump can pass at any given moment. And I was trying to look for it, but I couldn't find the exact PDF. But I did take pictures of what the brother was talking about. And going forth, it says subject to paragraph 3.5. Defense intelligence components may provide personnel to assist a federal department or agency, including a federal law enforcement agency. And that means Trump can basically send in the military to help, let's just say if a whole bunch of members of ICE got killed, he could send in the military to aid, man, to assist the ICE agents, man. Carrying on, it says, or a state or local law enforcement. So even if something happens with the police, Trump can send in the military, and even your local police's agencies when lives are in danger. So he can send in the military when lives are in danger, when people are getting killed or whatnot, over riots and so forth in response to requests for such assistance in ordinance with the following approval authorities. And that was just one. So Trump can send in the military, to help ICE agents, to help your local police officers, and let's see what they'll be doing, man. And it says here provisions of personnel to support response efforts for civil disturbances, which may require presidential authorization, man. And it's gonna, there's gonna be a time where Trump's gonna send in the military, man. And they're gonna, if I can find it. Damn it, I didn't take a picture. But there is one paragraph where it says he's gonna send them in and they're gonna be lethal, man. They're gonna kill, and that's what Jacob's trouble is gonna be, man. It's gonna be more to it, more chaos. But if Trump sends in the military, man, they can mow down Jakes, man. And this is the DOD response. Continuing on, it says DOD response to chemical, biological, radiological, nuclear, and high-yield explosive incidents. And this brings me back to people, so they can respond to any chemical, biological, radiological, nuclear, or high explosives. So basically a T attack, man, and I forgot who, but there was some guy who came in and, randomly he told me, like, how am I gonna survive? And I think it was Edomite, I don't know, but he was like, how am I gonna survive the apocalypse when there's a blackout? And I told him, hey, man, you just gonna have to adapt, man. But ultimately, if Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is down with you, you ain't gonna make it. But I didn't tell him that. I told him he's just gonna have to adapt, man. Cause I seen him, and he was an Edomite. He came off as an Edomite, man. And one thing when he said that, one thing that popped into my head is how did our forefathers, man, survive slavery, man? Ultimately it was Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, but But we adapted, man. We adapted to the living situations and the harsh environment that we were given, man, by Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. But sooner or later, man, these Edomites, they're gonna have to adapt to Jacob's trouble, man. And most of them aren't gonna make it if Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is not with them. And Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is really not with most of these Babylonians here in America. So they're gonna fall by the wayside. But back to the point. He said, I don't if it was him or if it was another guy. There was another Jake. He was bugging out. He went to the Air Force and whatnot, and he told me it was random. It was either him or this or the Edomite, man. But he told me, like, hey, man, there's gonna be a blackout on June 4th, man. July 4th, man. There's gonna be a blackout. There's gonna be an event that's gonna happen on July 4th, man. Be ready or something like that. And I'm saying this just to say that Esau can plan anything, especially a T attack on July 4th, man. While everybody is bullshitting and partying, there could be a major event that could very well be a T attack on America's soil, man, and cause all hell to break loose. Or it can be an EMP attack, a blackout attack, to where everything gets shut down and people start rioting and cause Trump to push this to write off this executive order, man. But in this executive order, which I didn't take a picture, or there's more to it. It says that once the military is brought out, man, they can use lethal force, man. And we know since Esau's in his last ruling in his last time in this kingdom, man, he's gonna come with it, man. But then Yahweh Shai is gonna combat that with raising up his elect, raising up sending Michael and the angels, man, to protect his elect, man. Because either way, man, the elect, they're gonna be protected through all this, man. While people freaking out, while people are going to Egypt for help and trying to survive their own way, man. And, all these damn preppers, man. We're putting our soul faith on Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man, and he's not gonna leave us or forsake us, man. Since we're putting our trust into him. And this is Proverbs chapter 18, verse 10. The name of the Lord is a fortified tower, and the righteous run to it and are safe, man. And we run to the names of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, especially when we're in trouble, man. So how much more when all hell breaking loose and we need them more than ever, man. When all hell break loose, when you can't go to your grocery stores or you can't get money out the bank, man. When the lights are cut off and you got hooligans running around in the street, shooting and stealing and killing and raping each other, man. How much more, man? When we've been out here telling the people that these things were just gonna happen, and so forth, it's happening. In that time, when that time comes, man. Nothing is impossible for Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. He's gonna protect us, brothers. In this time to come, man. And this is Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 3. For the vision is yet appointed time, but the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it shall surely come and will not tarry, man. And the vision that we're talking about is all hell breaking loose, Jacob's trouble, which you can already tell by the FEMA camps and what they call it, Crocodile, Arkansas, or Crocodile Island or whatever, where they're sending you Jakes there, man. So we're ready. We already in Jacob's trouble, but we're just at the start of it, man. Soon Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is gonna send more death upon you Jakes, man. Cause you didn't take heed, man. But since we are in the times where the MOTB is about to be mandatory, man. You know, every day we get closer, man. You know, uh, prophecy goes forth, man, through the earth, man. It doesn't stop. It doesn't wait. You know, and though it seemed like it's tearing, man, though it seemed like it's taking a long time, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is taking a long time, man. There's gonna be one day where we wake up, and life as we know it is gonna be changed, man. And it's gonna be changed for the better of the Israelite man, because we're coming into power next. So shalom.